And the Philippines is the best performing economy in ASEAN for 2012 so far because of the gains in the third quarter in the GDP. Expectations are high that after 3.9% growth in 2011, the numbers will hit 6.5% for 2012. Given the bright forecast for the year, credit rating agencies may upgrade our credit ratings again. Will the country finally get a rating of investment grade? Joining us tonight is Mr. Guillermo Luz, the co-chairman of the National Competitiveness Council. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, the news on the economic front has been very encouraging as we end the year. Overall, what makes this year a good one for us despite the impact of Typhoon Pablo in Mindanao?
Well, you know, many things have gone well for the country this year. The economy. Let's start with the economy. I think it's rebounded in a very strong way from last year. We had 3.7% GDP in 2011, and I think we're on our way to a near 7% GDP rating growth rate for 2012. So the first bit of good news, and I think we can see that we're moving well on all fronts. Recovering in manufacturing industry. Very strong in services, doing not so badly in exports. Agriculture, some regions could be stronger, but at least it's moving in the right direction. So I think that's moving well. We've seen our competitive rankings improve on most areas this year, just a few lagging areas. Our credit ratings are up. The tough legislations come through. So all in all, I think we've had more gains than setbacks this year, so we're overall at a plus.
So, sir, what makes the Philippines do for enhancing our ratings to investment grade, given that good news?
Well, you know, there's been very good management of by the economic team. Inflation rates have been quite low. Interest rates have been low and steady. Most of the indicators are moving in the direction. The only one I think we need to see a bigger pickup would be in foreign direct investments, and I think that will come as people realize growth prospects in the Philippines. I think investors will come.
Sir, the president is being asked to attend the next year's World Economic Forum and deliver a speech on the gains of the Philippines under his administration. Do you support it, and especially since the forum brings together the top economists and business sectors from all over the world?
Absolutely, we support that. I think it's a great time to do it. You know, we've come up on the World Economic Forum's Global Competitiveness Index. We've gained by 20 in the last 2 years. So we've got one of the biggest gains worldwide of any country, and we moved up from 85 to 65. The economy is one of the strongest performing economies in Asia. The world focus is really on Asia right now, given the problems they have in the U.S. and in the Eurozone, and plenty of that focus is right in East Asia. You know, we live in a competitive environment, and we're doing well in that competitive environment. So I think now's a great time for the president to showcase what his administration has done and what else it plans to do, because it's definitely on the right track.
Sir, as the co-chairman of the National Competitiveness Council over the past 2 years, our position in the competitiveness report jumped 20-fold. Will this trend continue, and in which areas? Say, for example, the fight against corruption led by the president.
Well, we're certainly working. The whole team is working. The whole government's working very hard to keep the momentum going in rankings improvement. So far, we've done very well on the big picture items like governance and anti-corruption, macroeconomic management, improvements in infrastructure, improvements in education, for instance. Now we're concentrating on what we call the process improvements, how to smoothen out and streamline the bureaucracy. So I'm quite confident that, you know, given the huge team effort by the government and the private sector, we're about 50-50 numbers of people working on these problems. I'm quite confident. I've been quite optimistic these last couple of years that we can move up, and we have seen the results, so we know that we're on the right track.
So overall, sir, aside from those that you've mentioned, which sectors of the economy will continue to perform on a sustained basis for the rest of the year?
Well, you know, for this year, certainly I think we've seen manufacturing come back a little bit, and services. We need to smoothen out the the growth in agriculture. They face natural calamity problems, climate change problems, but over time we really need to address these issues and how to smoothen out and expand agricultural growth, because that's where most of the workers and most of the poverty actually is in that sector. So that is probably the one area that we hope to see improvements in. But the other areas have been strong. Tourism is made a great comeback. Services very strong in a tough year. So I think those trends will continue.
Sir, remittances now at $27 billion. How much impact will it bring on the economy?
Well, they always have a large impact, particularly in the area of consumption. I think that will continue. Overseas Filipinos have been very dedicated and loyal to their families and to the country, so they continue to remit. We're hoping that some of the remittances at least begin to shift to investments. And if it does, and when it does, then we'll see stronger growth in the country.
Finally, sir, any last words as we hope for more gains in the coming year?
A lot of it depends on teamwork and passion and commitment and I guess a certain persistence. And those are attributes we've seen in the last 2 years. I think it's important for us to continue to see those qualities in people and in the country over the next 2 or 3 years to put us on real solid footing for growth. So now's the time to keep the momentum and let go of the pace. We need to keep up the pace.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us tonight on NewsLife. That was Mr. Guillermo Luz of the National Competitiveness Council.
All right. Thank you.